I'm Lily England and this is my A2 media evaluation for my advanced portfolio. For this project, I chose to create a front cover, contents and double page spread for a regional running magazine. I also created a billboard and website. I chose running as the theme for this project as it is something I'm interested in. It's also something that I think others will be interested in because there's a gap in the market for regional running magazines. My audience research quickly revealed that my target audience would be males and females aged 18 to 24, interested in running, who live in Cornwall. As Bentley said in 1997, the creative process is the rearranging of the old to create the new. I applied this theory to my own advanced portfolio work through conducting a great deal of research into similar products before starting my own creative process, because I wanted to make sure I made products that would represent my target audience and fit the hybrid genre of regional running. Regarding the research for my main task, I analysed front covers, contents and double page spreads from Cornwall Today, Cornwall Life and Runner's World. This enabled me to create my own house style and get a feel for what regional magazines are like and how running magazines are displayed. One of the first things I designed and created was the masthead for my magazine. After gaining an insight into the basic conventions of regional and running magazine mastheads, I let my target audience decide what my magazine should be called. I did this in order to represent their needs and make the magazine appealing to them. Based on my audience feedback, I named my magazine Running Kerno. This fits the convention of both Cornish regional magazines and running magazines because it contains the word Kerno. This is Cornish for Cornwall. And Running, which connotes this is a running magazine specifically targeting Cornish runners. This fits in with Higson's theory of regional identity, as it gives my target audience a sense of regional pride. The colour palette of my masthead is black and white. I made this choice because it is the colours of the Cornish flag, which again ties into Higson's theory by creating a shared sense of identity for the target audience. My font choice is similar to that of Runner's World, however the font itself is genderless, attracting both genders. It is edgy and different to most fonts and it draws your attention. This rebellious font applies to Bill Osgerby's theory of youth as trouble and fun. I made this creative choice in order to attract my youth market, as many runners are under 30 years of age. I kept the masthead the same across all of my media products to keep continuity throughout and create a recognisable brand image that my target audience can identify with. Something else I kept the same across all of my media products was my colour palette. As I've just said, I used black and white as these tie in with the Cornish flag and therefore represent my target audience by following Higson's theory of created a shared regional identity for the reader to buy into. But I also introduced fluorescent yellow and burgundy. My target audience chose this colour palette, but I proposed it because I felt the burgundy and yellow tied in with the running genre, as they are colours you often see on kit, alongside with black and white. Overall, the colour palette gives connotations of Osgerby's trouble and fun theory. This is because the black shows connotations of trouble, whilst the white and day-glow colours highlight the fun. This represents the target audience who would want an entertaining yet informative read. This fits with the Blue Maroon Cat's uses and gratification theory. My Lexis style also remains consistent across my media products, as I have used words from the semantic field of running along with an informal tone that will represent my young target audience. For example, on my cover I have included cover lines such as Get Quads, Recruit Your Legs to Race Faster and Advanced Track Training, Need for Speed, Race Strategies and Tactics for Athletes, which all use words associated with running and fitness. Also, on my double page spread, I have continued to draw on the semantic field of running when developing my article, Thrill of the Chase. As I have created a pun, the target audience will understand that links to both the competitive speed the target audience desire and an event that they will be familiar with. My double page spread article follows conventions of articles I have seen in magazines such as Runner's World and Athletics Weekly, as I have kept language modern and entertaining yet informative, which works for my audience in terms of Blue Maroon Cat's uses and gratification theory, as my audience said they wanted to be informed yet entertained by my product. The topic and themes of my article also clearly follow conventions of magazines like Athletics Weekly and Running Fitness, as this style of article, one that focuses on specific runner and training that you can work for the target audience, is something you see quite a bit in professional magazines, as it represents the target audience who want to learn how to achieve the best results from your session. In terms of images, I have kept a similar style across all the images I have captured and used for my magazine cover, content and double page spread, along with my billboard and website. I've done this as I saw in my research it was a convention of magazine products to create a recognisable house style for a brand that was easy to recognise for the target audience. I think my images represent and attract to my target audience for a number of reasons. Specifically, my front cover features a low angle, medium long shot of a female athlete. This fits with Laura Mulvey's theory of the male gaze. You could argue that the athlete is being sexualized as she is wearing little clothing and is on the front cover of my magazine, drawing attention. However, I have used images of males for both my contents page and double page spread. Having a mix of both genders makes my magazine appeal to both male and female audiences. The age of the athletes in my images are all around the same age of my target audience, which will intrigue my readers and fit with their interests. My contents page image fits with Gauntlet's 2002 theory of men being stereotyped as alpha males who are leaders. The image shows a strong athlete who looks in control and fits with the stereotype. All of my images fit again with Osgerby's trouble and fun theory. This is because the athletes are trouble to compete against because they are good athletes, yet they are having fun doing what they love. All of my images feature Cornish athletes competing in different locations across the country. I think that this will inspire my readers to run and become as good as the athletes featured in my magazine and be able to travel the country competing. The fact that all of the athletes featured are Cornish fits with Higson's theory of shared identity. Overall, the style and layout of my magazine, billboard and website fits more with running magazine layouts more than the regional magazine conventions. I think this is because instead of a created and relaxed layout based around a Cornish scene, like you see on Cornwall Today, I have created layouts that connote the speed and excitement of runners to better represent my sporty younger target audience. However, the fact that my products are for regional running magazines mean that layouts are based around Cornish athletes training and competing in Cornish locations, which means at times, like on my billboard, my layouts look slightly more like Cornish regional magazines, as the layout is based around an image of a runner on a Cornish beach. Overall, I think my layouts look professional and follow classic magazine, billboard and website conventions, as I have professionally put together my media language to represent and attract my target audience who want to see both regional and running conventions. I had to do a lot of research to get my website right, as I had not created one before. In terms of layout, my website follows the conventions of both regional and running websites, as it is easy to navigate yourself around. The masthead is at the top in the header. I have an easy-to-use toolbar, have included linked stories in the main body, have used a good selection of images and text appeal to the readers, and have included copyright information in the footer. Even though it was my first time designing a website, I think I have been creative with my layout choices and have made something that both breaks and follows conventions in a way to make my product look unique and attention-grabbing for my target audience.